Merry Christmas.
Afternoon, everybody. Here we
Turn the
are.
music down a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's see who's on right now. I got in the comments, but it don't say nothing.
They'll be here. Here we go. There's Dawn. Happy Christmas.
See, there you go.
Good to see you too. It's been quite a week so far. Then there's Christopher. Hello.
Hello, Christopher.
Good to have you with
just
us.
gave you a thumbs up a little while ago, so I
Okay.
don't know if you got it. Cheryl, hello, Cheryl. Good to see you.
And there's our Lynn.
Hello, Lynn. Lean.
All of a sudden, my nose is beginning to itch.
That means that the spirits are around you.
Is
Kathy
that true?
Hanley, hello. Or that you're gonna kiss a fool. Watch Lynn write something right away. Boom.
Oh, do you know what we're talking about tonight or no?
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about you. You can talk about me.
Okay.
Amanda's in
Amanda.
Portugal. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow, how
Cool.
fun. That sounds so cool. Thanks for the thumbs up, guys. Please be sure to share our show, please, and share our show and our thumbs up. That helps us too.
Share our show and like it, and share our show and a sandwich.
Oh boy.
Hello, Danny.
We're just
I'm
waiting for
till everybody comes on.
Yeah, we want people to come on, join the show, and then we'll start to really get going. You're kind of leaning back there.
Yeah. Doreen says she fell asleep. There's no
Well,
excuse.
it's later. It's later in the day, of course, for the people in the UK.
Okay, you okay?
That's why we
Okay.
that's why we kept our time at 4:00 Central Time, because we didn't want it to make it too crazy late for you guys, because we wanted everybody to be able to join us.
Yeah, we used to do it at 7, and that was 1 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the morning in
Yeah,
the UK.
that's crazy. There's Kathleen Connor. Hello.
Kathleen, I need a picture out of you. Otherwise, I can't do nothing for you. Christopher James, hello from Florida. Okay. Amanda said she started out on YouTube.
But there was not a good signal. Okay.
Yeah. Hello, Nancy. Good morning. Good morning, Nancy Moreno.
Oh, I'm sorry, Doreen. I knew it was over
Why did
there.
you
She
break
says
up like that? What was that?
I was doing a little scratching.
And your voice went like that.
Weird.
Yeah, I know you are. Okay.
Oh, Don says it's 10 p.m. here. She just finished watching Skinwalker Ranch.
I saw that show.
I'm watching that myself. It's about scientific, is that the scientific
You're not
experiments
supposed to
they're
talk
doing on
about
that?
it. You're not
Why?
supposed to talk about it.
Why?
I'll
It's
tell you
not
later. Okay, I'll tell
okay.
you later. Good morning, Mary Erickson. She says, welcome back.
She said, no sandwich, but done the rest. I'm taking off my earrings because they're making me crazy. There.
Okay. Well, we'll see you so far. What's with the numbers today, everybody? Did you share and like the show?
Well, I don't know. Might be sleepy time. Sleepy time's not for people. There's Herbie.
Hey, Herbie.
Good to see you. Just waiting for everybody to, join our show, and then we get rolling.
And today is the 13th.
Oh, Doreen says that you are looking good, Roger. Very dapper. That's an old saying, looking good.
I understand the old dapper thing. I remember that.
Dapper do.
Remember, I'm going to be 73, so I know what dapper means.
No, I didn't. No.
The Blind Frog Ranch?
No.
No.
No. Apparently, I can't talk about it, Don.
That's the reason. Because when you start talking about it, they'll present themselves. Okay? So you don't want to talk about it.
The things that the thing that the ranches.
Yeah, it's a native thing. You don't talk about it because they'll come. So our numbers are little. What's up with everybody? And I hope you liked and shared the show.
You had I wasn't here on Saturday. I was busy getting ready for a lot of company on Saturday, but Roger said it was a great show. There was a lot of new people.
A lot of new people, a lot of everything.
Yeah.
Hello, Lupita.
Okay, Don. I'll look at it, but I guess I won't be able to talk about it.
Don, there was a show that I was told to watch. It is called, there's two shows. One of them is called The Chosen One, and there's two shows about The Chosen One. One's about a female, one's about the male. They said watch the male one. And then there's another show called Dream Seller. Like a guy selling something, but he's selling dreams. Dream Seller. Thank you, Mary Erickson.
So we had a wonderful get-together on Saturday, and a small number of people, and it was kind of a nice Saturday.
It was fun.
Nice Saturday. I hope we had it. It ended up being a kind of a overcast day, but it was good to get together with family. Okay. So Don says yes.
That's the one, Don.
Yes, it was very good. I've seen the first few of The Chosen One on the boy. Okay.
Honey, what's that one we're watching? The Blue Project or Project Blue?
We're watching currently the project called Project Blue Book, and it's pretty good. Yep, it is, Dawn. It's good to have family time. Yeah, I haven't.
We haven't heard nothing about Tina.
We only know as much as everybody else does on Facebook regarding Tina's
hopefully Lisa will
status.
Get on and tell us.
Yeah. Where can you watch The Chosen One?
Where?
Amanda's.
What is that? Roku or?
Well, we're going to have to search for it, but we're hoping that we can go to Roku and then just search for it and hopefully get lucky.
Don, you want to tell Amanda how?
Maybe Don can tell us is there a network it's on? Is there a, is it on like Paramount? I don't know. What are the others? YouTube, maybe YouTube. I don't know.
Painkillers?
No. So she said she started watching the Project Blue Book too. That's very good. I'm glad. Yeah, it's very well done. We go to Roku for that, and then it's on the History Channel Vault, is what had produced it in the past.
Okay, Cheryl says it's on Netflix.
Okay.
Isn't this cool
Kind of.
how everybody informs everybody?
Well, it's informative because the Project Blue Book is based on a real doctor or professor who was involved in doing the investigations for the government, so to speak, around the 1940s and 50s, when there were a lot of events regarding UFOs and things like that. So it's very well done. It's very well done.
But we're also talking about the chosen one.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So if the chosen one's on Netflix, I'm going to have to resubscribe. And that's okay. We can do that.
No.
I can do that. So Don says Skinwalker's on Sky, Blind Frog is Discovery Plus, Chosen One is in Netflix. Yeah. And Project Blue Book, she had to hunt down. Yeah. Oh, here we have
it.
it.
Knucklehead already.
Don't pay any attention to this fool, Mary Olaba. Thank you for joining our show and intruding. I'm going to block you.
Pushed over on the floor. What? Would you get out of here?
I'm trying to get rid of her.
Whatever the shit your name is.
Ooh.
Yes, karma will take its place. She has snakes on her head in her profile picture. Wow.
Is that something you want to be involved in? That's crazy.
Holy moly. Who in the hell would have snakes on their head? Yeah, you want a reading from her?
No. So did you see what Lynn says?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty rude. Yeah, look what Amanda says. Medusa.
That is Medusa. What a dumb thing to do. Okay, sweetie.
I'm waiting. There's only 12.
I can't believe that person smiled as she pushed her over, then walked out. I don't understand that. That's just complete cruelty and meanness. Whatever.
You'd think they would have floor walkers,
That is just that's
Some
just
kind of security or something.
why? Whatever could you? Wow. Here we go, Joni Banks.
Hello. Good to see you on here, dear. The Chosen One is on Netflix.
Thank you. Well, look it up.
Okay, we got 15 people on, and only 5 likes. What's up with that? Now, really?
Well, got work to do, babe.
Yeah.
Those 5 likes are on the Facebook page. It's not our YouTube page, just so you know. So there may be more. We can't see who has liked us on YouTube. All right?
The whole world loves us.
They love you, yes.
So, and then we lost 2 already. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Does that mean we lost 2 from Facebook?
Honey, I don't know. I think you just need to carry on. Maybe they had to do something.
Carry on my wayward son.
You just have to carry on.
See?
All right? Don't be a big baby. I love you.
I know you, baby.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
I'm going to do the cards today, everybody. 5, 1 through 5. So don't put your number up yet. But we will get to them. I want to talk about a couple of things that are happening around the world right now.
Things are happening?
Happening. Paul's moving right now. He had put on something this morning saying that he was already into the other house and everything is going good. The move is going good.
Okay.
Mary Erickson says she sees 7 likes on YouTube. Well, that's cool.
Good.
What are we chatting about tonight? Let's talk about Dawn Hayden, okay?
Well, I'm sure she'd like that. About time.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, it is about time that Paul moves. Jeez.
Yeah.
Poor guy's been wanting and now. So, as you all see, there's some stuff that came out, ladies and gentlemen, that I predicted back in 2009. And I'll tell you what, somebody else made the same predictions, and they're very scary. I was laughed at when I said what I said. And now I go on to somebody who they consider very reputable, and they predict the same thing. This person had died, by the way, a while back. But before she died, she made these predictions. And like I said, I made mine in 2009. I think she died after that or something. I don't know. But nonetheless, it's very scary. And that's why I said to you folks, I've seen what's coming, but I don't want to talk about it. And it's just, it's really hard to fathom, you know, I mean, where we're going right now. I just hope and pray that we end out 2023. And
so,
what?
Lena's saying what happened to her was in a body shop. She had gone in for vitamins. The girls in the shop came running. They had seen what had happened and helped me pick up my shopping off the floor. It's kind of heartbreaking.
Nice.
That's heartbreaking
it was sad
when
that they did that to her. But
yeah,
it's nice
I mean,
that the girls helped.
Yeah.
They had the camera on her.
Yeah. Kathy says, turn up your microphone. You're too low, she says. Really? Huh.
Hi, Kathy.
Maybe I can fix your microphone.
What the hell did I do? Hey, boxes, all kinds of boxes. Uh-oh. No, really, you can't hear me? I mean, my mic is loud, I thought.
I'm turning it up a bit over here.
I just can't adjust it over here.
So
I've been getting impact visions, Roger, just an impact, then dark. Yes, I know that, Dawn. I didn't want to go into detail, but it's weird. Hello, Anne-Marie.
Well, you're real loud. Huh?
Do you remember when the millennium came, honey?
Yeah.
Everybody was asking me because they said the The calendar. The
Yeah,
one, the Aztec calendar, I think it is. And
right.
it only went to so far and it stopped to
Yeah, to
2000.
2000. Yeah.
And then they said, "What do you see?" And I said, "Here's what I saw. Like it's going like this. The road is going and then a cliff. That's what I saw. Because they wouldn't show me if it was going to go on or not.
Oh, I see. They didn't want to tell you that.
Yeah, it stopped. Yeah, the Mayan
Oh,
calendar. That's it.
oh, it was at 2012. Okay, not
But I
2000.
remember when a lot of people were just going freaking out on me and just said, "What? Are we going to go on?" Or da, da, da. I said, "Well, this is what I saw." Mary says, "I was a bit muffled because the
You are.
calendar ended and a new rock should have started." I agree. Yes, but the whole thing is right now with things are happening so fast this year, and we have 3 months to go, and it's just like pop, 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 one after another. Well, look who's there, the old stranger, honey.
Hi, Cynthia. Good to
Where
see
you
you.
been?
She must have been busy. Glad you joined us tonight.
Yep,
It always,
long time no see.
yeah.
So anyway, things are happening so fast, and I could go into detail, but there's just thing after thing after thing that you would question, okay? And you remember not too long ago, I had said that I heard the voice say, "I am the voice of God," and they talked about keep watching the sky. And some of those I had predicted that like lasers are going to come out of the sky, and this other person predicted almost the same thing. So it's kind of weird. I mean, I'm just hoping we get to where we're headed. Put it that way. And not only, and if you recall, I mentioned about the earthquake. Well, Morocco got a bad one, but there was another one too. But not only are we headed into like weirdness, the I said everything is off balance right now, and it is. Plus the fact I'm gonna say this that, and I said it before, that we're gonna go into darkness more than we will light, and that's spooky.
Hmm.
It just I see so many things coming up, man, and they're just like, what, really, what, and
It's a little more than a person can handle almost, don't you
yes,
think?
it really, really is. Person after person after person to me, if you looked around you, we lost a lot of celebrities this year, and still more are going to happen. I'm going to put this up that Dawn says. Oh, that's not Dawn. Dawn, you changed. Yes, that's what I saw, Dawn, like you're saying. That's the way I saw it. But she saw other things too that are coming after that because of the atmosphere changing. Oh, you got your granddaughter with you. Cool. Okay.
She's 12 months old. Wow.
That's the sad part about it. All these young kids, the
Next generation.
no, not only that, but what they have to look forward to.
That's what I'm
The
talking
world they're
about.
gonna live in.
Right. And deal with.
Yeah,
Because it
because we'll
is,
be gone.
I mean, if we just take a look around, even if you're not a psychic or or an intuitive, all you have to do is look around and see that there are crazy changes happening in
Yeah.
weather and
Hello, Vanessa.
and the people themselves on Earth are we are all so edgy. I mean, look at what
Because of
happened
the
to
atmosphere being off.
just look
Everybody's
at
like
what happened to
paranoid.
our dear Lynn at just shopping and being pushed down by some other shopper. That is
Right.
ridiculous. I mean, why? There's no reason for this.
And
It's
not
just
even to turn around and help pick her up.
help her up.
Wow, that's just weird.
Yeah, well, Don, you're right there. The governments don't have the population's best interests at heart. They don't. I know.
Because they're overwhelmed. See, here's the thing. Right away, we turn to government. When push comes to shove, the government ain't going to be there. You're on your own.
And the government doesn't really listen to the private person too much either, really, unless you have a lot of moolah, unless you have a lot of money.
This year ends 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's odd. That's real odd.
Oh, that's a good point. She says, I thought of what you said about watching the sky. On 9/11 this year, there was a double rainbow over the site of the Twin Towers. Well, that's cool. That's cool.
Good morning, Denise.
Good afternoon, too.
Yeah, we'll throw that in as a kicker.
Yeah. So Christopher points out that there was a big paranormal conference in Mexico yesterday. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw that. I was watching a little bit of that. I wanted to know what the results were. Here's the thing. Now, you guys can take this with a grain of salt. But the atmosphere is so off that spirits that were buried, or people that were buried, their spirits are coming up now. So we're getting a lot of, I don't know how to describe it. I really don't. If Paul were on, he could probably say something about it. But they also talked about, if you remember correctly, this I've been saying since 2009. I said the dollar bill will no longer exist. They're going to give you a credit card. And if you go over that credit card limit, you got to wait till the next month. Because you'll only get an allotment.
That's for the poor masses. Will there still be will there be the rich and the poor? I mean, is there still going to be?
To me, the rich, what I get is the rich are going to be like...
the people in power?
Well, here, like, let's take Pentagon per se, just to use it as an example. The Pentagon is like a city within a city. It's all offices in there. So that's what they will have. Like, they won't want to deal with the outside world. And it's, like we said, the haves and the have-nots. They would just, like, make a fort, if you would. You know, like a fort. The fort had a big old fence or whatever around them, and they had the compound inside. That's basically what it's going to be.
Yeah, Dan is pointing out there's no middle class. I think you're right. The middle class is really shrinking.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not to say anything about the poor, because the poor will be outdone, you know. George Orwell in 1984, Dawn, that's been here already.
You mean the book? That's the George Orwell book, 1984.
Right, but I'm saying they have Big Brother watching us now. They're all over the place, which is good in a sense because you can tell, you know, about crime and all that stuff. Rich or poverty, exactly. That's exactly what it's going to be. And us poor souls will be, well, if we're still here, walking around, you know, wondering who's going to give us what or what are we going to do. And it's going to be very chaotic. And I had said, when the push comes to shove, at the end it's going to be man versus man. As it is right now, we are facing it, and I still say it's going to happen, that we're going to have a civil war. So be prepared for that. Tina!
Oh, hi, Tina. Good to see you.
We were
We
just
were wondering.
talking about you.
We're wondering how you're doing. And hi, Lisa. Sister Lisa and Tina are here,
Yep.
sisters. So glad you
There.
joined us.
That's it
What?
exactly.
What?
And I wasn't even referring to that show, but I remember I saw that show a long time ago. Where did she go? Dawn said that. This. They hide behind the walls of Jericho.
Those walls will come tumbling down.
At the end, yes. Here's the thing. It's going to be like the haves and the have-nots, right? And the have-nots, they'll be eliminated easy. But then they're going to go for the haves. And that's when they're going to wish they never did what they did to us. It's going to get real strange, I'll tell you that, right? Yes, exactly. Lynn Fern says it right there.
Well, I hope you're right, Lynn, that God never gives us anything we can't cope with.
Yep, and I like what Doreen says, too.
Everything is upside and sideways, but it's going backwards in a way. But money and precious don't mean, precious
Right.
stuff won't mean
It
anything.
won't, because you're going to be given a card. You know, the whole thing is, as people rely on the government, what's going to happen in the end, it's going to be one leader. And it's going to be, what do you call it? Authoritarianism or whatever the hell that's called.
Authoritarian.
Whatever. But it's going to be that, and they're going to tell us how to live. That's why I told people a long time ago, I said, start watching Death Wish 1 through 5. I said, watch Soylent Green. It's called Soylent Green, Soylent Green, 1977 it was made. Watch that. A lot of these shows that they've been showing us are really what's going to happen.
You know what's really crazy, the movies that were in the past that were supposedly fictitious, the things that came out during the events of the 1940s, the 1950s, and then going forward, talking about UFOs and things like that, where they always poo-pooed the shows and said that they were just really, out there, including then later Star Trek, and then they were all they were all a bit of truth to them, weren't they? It's not just somebody's imagination. It was based on what people experienced. That's the word.
Well, this person also predicted, and I want you folks to please keep a visual eye on this. I mean, you got to be vigilant about everything that's going around you, first off. But I also want you to see when the birds, and I mean the birds, whatever type, when the birds start falling from the sky or when they start dying, then really worry, okay? And I don't mean to bring gloom and doom, but this show, for the 5 years that we've been doing this show has been very informative, and we keep you people up to date on what's going on.
This stuff that you're saying is not good news to me. It's hard for me to cope sometimes.
It wasn't good news to me, too, when I
know.
saw it. It's not good news to everybody right now.
Tina Cantusa is not doing too good right now, having some more issues, but I just keep praying I will get better soon. We all pray.
And we're praying with you, dear.
Right.
What's this say? It's from the song Lobby what?
Lobby Seafree? Something's
Is that
inside.
what you're listening to on this?
I played
this
it at
song?
I don't know.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Whether you consent or not, they're going to shove it down our throats. Put it that way. I'm posting everything that you guys say, okay? And y'all can read, so not that I can't, but there's just too many of them. Here's another one. This was predicted too a long time ago, and they're starting to come out. And the government finally said yes. That
The more and more sightings of UFOs every day. Well, Paul was doing his show, if you remember, and he
yeah,
saw something strange in the sky that was bright and then went away real fast. Wasn't a plane or anything. So,
I remember seeing the green lights. That one
really.
freaked me out.
So Don points out that those that make the movies have zero imagination. It's all been truth in plain sight since the TV was invented. Yeah. I mean,
Yep,
all they did was copy reality, right, Don? It's just copying reality,
sure.
really, and based on what people saw.
And then here's another thing. If you have coins, old coins, if you have gold or silver, that's going to be the ticket, not the paper. Why do you think all these places popped up that say we buy gold? We buy gold because they're not stupid. They buy gold for them. Well, here's the whole thing, and I've talked about this before. And this is referring to what Dawn has written. Our body, as the unit itself, will die off, but our spirit goes into somewhere else or keeps going.
Well, can we just put another spin on it? Can I just put in
Sure,
my
go
two?
ahead.
I mean, I think that it's possible that life will be not as we know it now, and maybe with less people, things can improve. I don't know, or maybe the Earth will take over. Maybe the Earth will take over and go back to the basics, and maybe that's
Well,
a good thing. We
one
can
thing
start
for
over again.
sure, buildings as we know them as high rises will cease to exist. They'll start to crumble. I don't know if we'll be here to see that, but they will crumble.
Well, there's a lot of stuff going on in all of our governments that we don't see and that we are not privy to. And then, we hear about it long after it actually takes place. And then we have to deal with that information too, which is crazy.
Where's the 16 plane loads at, Dawn? I'd like to know that myself.
I don't understand what you're saying. I don't know what this. Sorry. That's why I make the organite. No, not that.
That
All that gold from Building 7 and from under the Vatican that Trump had removed? How could Trump remove anything from the Vatican?
it's not a burger, so you wouldn't get him to
I
lift
don't
up a
I don't
bar,
understand that. I
a
mean, I
bar of
know he's got
gold.
a lot of say, but I think the Pope has a lot more to say.
Yep. Trump has been buying shares in McDonald's.
Really? Ugh. Oh, he has no idea. He doesn't care about what the world's going to be. He's not going to be here when it all comes down. Okay, so Kathy says the Israel head of their space Agency has told the public that many countries are in a federation with aliens. This was on Ancient Aliens last night. Okay.
I believe something like that.
I mean,
I
you
like
know,
what
we
Christopher says, honey.
what does he say? Just like my Boy Scout motto, be prepared. Yes.
Yep.
I mean, and then in down where we are, we have to cope with it all. Lynn says, energy never dies. We are all energy. We go on, so it is not bad at all. We can always reincarnate if we want to. Yeah, and when you look at that is true, because reincarnation is over millions of years. I mean, and so where we go, but it's still, look at what we've done. I just see what we've done and what we've become, and I think it's just awful of what we've become.
The whole thing is, it goes back to what I said a long time ago. I said this when I was on the radio. I said, we are nothing but pawns in a chess game. That's all we are. And it's a shame, because other people are going to dictate to us how we live. Other people are going to dictate to us when we can do what we want to do. You know, free enterprise will be out the door. You're going to do what they tell you. So I want to get off that subject for a while, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to go with cards 1 through 5.
Okay.
So, pick a number 1 through 5, and we're going to do it to it. Herbie 15. That's 1 through 5. I take it. Okay. I'll wait till all the numbers pop up, till everybody's done. Lisa wants 5. Kathy wants 2. Denise wants 3. Dawn wants 4. Vanessa wants 3. And Marie wants 3. What is so good about 3, everybody?
I want 4.
Okay. Christopher wants 1. A brave man. There you go. Tina wants 4. Mary wants 3. Cynthia, we don't even know what yours is. Joni wants 2. And Cheryl wants 1. A brave woman. So here we go, everybody. This is for Christopher and for Cheryl. Okay? Card number 1 says, Christopher, you're already doing this. I know you are. Moonlighting.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to hold that close there. That's good. Right there. Okay. Here's what it says. You can start working on your dream career part-time while keeping your other job to pay the bills. Soon, your dream career will take flight and fully support you. I'm getting a little ringy-dingy out of that. The Trinity, okay. All right, now we got to see who took number 2. That was Kathy Hanley.
Now Cynthia.
Well, Cynthia, Joni Banks too. Okay.
Yeah.
This is card number 2, everyone. Cynthia, you're going to like this. Sever the vows of poverty. Okay? Dear one, this is to you. Dear one, there's no need to suffer or sacrifice. Hold the intentions of undoing any vows of poverty or self-denial that you may have made. consciously or unconsciously in a lifetime, in any lifetime. And you do so, as you do so, all effects of these vows will be undone for everyone involved in all directions of time.
I've only started now to realize what all that meant on that card. It's pretty profound. You're taking care of things in the past and future and those who are dealing with all the vows of poverty. Just
Well,
stop.
it's like, a lot of people say, I'm going to get a new job and all that. Don't jump ship right then and there. Go check out the other job. Start doing the other job part-time. And when you think you're ready, then you jump ship.
But I think this card really relates to your attitude towards poverty, how you deny yourself
Right?
The privilege of being abundant. Don't even think in poverty, the line of thinking. I think people sacrifice themselves to give and to take away from themselves and give to others, but they don't receive their own abundance. They deserve it. They deserve it.
You're very welcome, Christopher. This is what
That's so
Cynthia
cool.
says.
Good.
I like
Good.
what Anne-Marie put, honey. Look at this.
I was going for 4, put my finger 3 was heavier.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Hello, Lenora. Leona, I'm sorry. Where am I getting Lenora? Card number 3. And let's see, who was that? That was Lupita,
Denise.
Vanessa, Denise, the nephew. What? No.
Anne-Marie.
Get it? Denise, the nephew. Yep, and Anne-Marie wanted 3. She says, I gotta have it.
And Mary.
Oh, Mary took it too?
Yeah, Doreen.
Okay. Here we go. Positivity, faith, and optimism. That's number 3. And here's what it says. You open the doorway to positive experiences and opportunities with your positive expectations and energy. Do not allow negative energy or temporary setbacks to interfere with the path that you are on. Keep the faith and keep going. You got it? Richard Dearden, where you been, buddy?
Yep, Cynthia, that is a good card, yeah.
Okay, here we go. Who picked number 4? Oh, Lynn Fern picked number 4. Wow.
So did I.
Okay. And so did Tina.
Cool.
There's only 3 brave people.
And so did Lynn.
I said Lynn.
Oh, you did. Okay.
All right, here we go. Card number 4.
Dawn. Yeah. Okay.
No,
you can start now. It's all right.
Ooh. A windfall of abundance.
Okay.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
Here's what it says. An increase in abundance is arriving in many different forms. Some of them unexpected. Be open to receiving and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, your health, and your charity work.
Okay.
Ay, 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 ay.
Okay, I'm waiting. I'm here.
What for? I already
My
said
windfall
for.
windfall of abundance.
Well, you're not going to get it if you don't play. Tonight's the night.
I can't get it other ways. This is not the only way.
Yeah, I know. If I win, you get it from me.
Yeah,
That's not fair.
it isn't. I think it's fair.
And this is card number 5. Who's got 5? I know Herbie said he wanted 5. But who else? Nobody? Are you kidding me? Wow, I can't believe this. Oh, here we go. Lisa.
Okay.
Lisa and Herbie. Okay, here we go. Card number 5 says, oh, you'll love this. This is crazy. Partnership. Okay? You can't dance without a partner. Allow helpful, supportive partnerships into your personal life and career, and both parties benefit as a result.
Okay.
You are, quiet, I'm not done yet.
Oh.
You are receiving help from heaven and from a person who brings needed skills and resources.
Oh, wow.
Okay, gang?
Okay, that's a great card.
It's
That's
a great
Lisa's.
one to end with.
Yeah. So I'm going to read the cards, okay? Just reading them. Number 1 was
Moonlighting, sever vows of poverty, positivity, faith, and optimism, windfall of abundance, and partnership. Remember one thing, I'll tell you this right now. If you ever want to break up a friendship, go into business with your friend. It never fails. That's the truth. Because you have your ideas, they have their ideas, and then you got to try to meet in the middle, and all it does is create havoc.
What about going in
again?
What about going in business with your wife?
That's different. It goes to the same house.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
But I remember I've done like 2 or 3 ventures with a friend, and I'll never do it again.
So can I just ask this one question? I'm not trying to be a pain in the rear end, but okay,
Yes, you are, but anyway.
I'm going to be a pain in the rear end. I mean, we talked about all the stuff that you had seen and other people have seen, and then we go through these fabulous cards. And so one may wonder, what's the point?
Because I told you I wanted to get away from that, and I'm trying to cheer people up.
No, I'm not. I'm saying that you're missing my point. What's the point in having positivity and help and abundance?
Okay, let me say this.
Okay.
The positivity and everything that I'm trying to create here now is within you. What happens to us is not by our choice, it's the government. It's legislators doing what they do to us.
But our individual lives can still and should be.
Yes. Live your life to its fullest. I'll say that time and time again.
That's my point. I think that's my point I wanted to bring out, okay?
Okay. Live it till its fullest, because as I tell a lot of people, because I get a lot of people that call me and say they want to end it all. And I tell them, why? God gave you one life to live. live it to your fullest. But I don't know what to do with my life. Find what you're good at. The more you say the negative, the more I'll give you the positive. And I'll just keep going on and on and on. Look at me. When I started out, I started out at 10 years old working at a restaurant washing dishes. And that told me, and I grew up this way, and no fault of my own, but I grew up this way. My mom favored my brother than me, so I knew I had to be on my own. So as I did that, I thought, what's good for me, okay? So this is why I turned out the person that I was. I was just an a-hole, as they say, because I thought
so you were able to even when the environment at home was not great, your surroundings, which you had no control over, you had control over your own life. Even you started with that
exactly
attitude. That's
right.
good. That's a good lesson.
So I made the best out of my life for me.
Yeah.
And that's what people have to do when they say, no, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. And I tell them, why stop? Keep going, because it's good on the other side.
I like what Don says. Learning and experience is the point. Living in happiness and abundance when chaos reigns around us is like laughing in the face of evil. Very well
Very
said.
well said.
Thank you. And I mean, I just think it's worth mentioning because we're seeing some really weird stuff out there. But we ourselves, as we say every week, life is love, and love is life, and life is love. Right? That's
Right.
where we start.
Now, prime example, as us older folks, okay, and I'm not saying that we're old, but when did you ever hear being disrespectful to the law? And when did you ever hear? I know we talk about prejudice. That's been around for ages and ages, and I don't think it'll ever stop. But when did you stop disrespecting the law? And when did you ever see the legislators going at each other? That's crazy. It's like, God, are you guys, you back in grade school, or where are you guys? You're
Instead of
supposed to be adults.
instead of negotiating and getting a middle thing down,
It's supposed to
for the
be
good of the people.
right, exactly, because the Constitution says we the people, and it's supposed to be a compromise. But here's what you got: some of them doing this. I don't want to play anymore, and they're going like this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's true, because they're like little kids. And I've seen a lot of legislators that I just want to go up and wake up, stupid.
Just slap them. There's
Yeah.
Kathy saying it's a collective. We are as a collective. If we stay positive, it could change the world. I'm all for that. Perhaps.
Here's the one thing that for me, I would like to see young kids start. I'm not trying to start nothing, okay? Understand that. But to me, young kids need to start protesting, because as us as older, it's not our world anymore. It's theirs. If kids walked out of school, power to you, man. Great. I want to see that.
Well, I want to see that there's real education going on, by the way. I mean, I don't want chaos to reign.
But now they're talking about going to 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
The work week, the school week, 4 days. They're taking books out of class. No more reading this, no more reading that. I mean, come on.
How are you going to learn what history was really about?
Right.
And
the
also,
whole thing is, honey, they're choking the people, and the people are putting up with it. It's like, no, you're going to read this, and you're going to do what I tell you to do. And you go, what? And what about having your own mind, having the freedom to do what you want to do? It's in the Constitution. The right to bear arms, the freedom of speech, everything. but we're letting people dictate to us and tell us how to live. We already got the cameras all over the place, so we know we got Big Brother watching us, which is fine and dandy when it comes to crime. But what about the other end? You're supposed to vote this way and you're going to vote here and that. No, you can't vote. No, you're the wrong color. You can't vote. What is that?
It's crazy.
Not protesting against the parents. Because here's the thing. The parents, a lot of parents out there, and there's a lot of them that don't give a damn, but a lot of parents that I know are trying to mold their kids to do right. When your kid grows up, you teach them right from wrong. You teach them to mind their elders. And look what happens. It's crazy. This is why the kids need to finally speak up. Don't mouth off. Don't say it wrong, but say something. And it boils down to you see something, say something.
Don brings this up. Take a look at China. That's where we're headed. One Facebook ban and your bank account will be shut. Wow.
It's true.
Wow.
For all I know, I might get shut down. I don't know. But before I do, I want to say what I want to say.
Yeah.
This world just, and excuse me for saying it this way, folks, and if they shut me down because of this, that's fine. But right now, this world sucks. Just plain as that. We let all these idiots take over and tell us how to live. And that's very bad.
Mm-hmm.
Very bad.
Well, we have to keep our eyes wide open. I mean, I appreciate the fact that we do have information. We can get information out there, but we really have to go look for it. You don't get it from the major networks. You have to go deep. Doreen says life is in general a life of learning. And yes, I was brought up years ago, and we were brought up mind, soul, and body to be our own person. Said earlier, cash going and everything else going, and they want to control. So
that doesn't mean come in and take over and you're going to do it and da-da-da-da-da. No, you still show the one thing. This is the one thing that the whole world lacks right now. One key word: respect. We've lost that a long time ago. Okay, I agree with, maybe somebody might get mad, but I agree with that about TikTok. Because they're spying on a lot of people. The whole thing is, folks, we have to start saying things. Don't protest it in a violent way like they did the insurrection. No, don't do that. If you got something to say it properly. And this is no offense because I know I'm going to hear about it, but the other thing about so many things matter. Yeah, well, the whole thing is do something about it. Put somebody in office to change things. You want to change their voice, be part of it. Get inside there and change the voice.
But not at the expense of other people.
No.
Right?
Let them vote you in.
I don't know what that means.
That's not the way you spell liberties.
But that's okay. But she already apologizing. That's okay.
Oh, we can't say that. What's wrong with you? Leona, don't say stuff like that. Okay, this children are being taught aren't. Yeah, I know. I mean, here's the thing. Yes, COVID threw us back. Okay, now it's time to go forward. So don't use COVID anymore. They're saying too now, but remember everybody wanted to work remotely? Well, that's going out the window. which it very well should. We need to get the working field back in progress again. You know, things need to start churning again like they did.
Yeah. So Don says Amazon Alexa devices are listening to every word we say, our phones, our TVs, everything with a mic is listening. And also when you have your GPS on, you're letting it know where you go or shop and things. Yeah, I was
Okay,
amazed.
if as long as Alexa's listening, Jeff Bezos, get behind our show. Put your money in our show. Put us out there. We have things that we want to say and things that we want to do. And this show, to me, and Paul's show, we deserve it.
And so Don says in ads that's why when you talk about buying something, the ads pop up on YouTube and Facebook and Google.
Well, here's one that I'm going to do right now, folks, because I'm coming on 69 years of drinking this, okay? And 69 years of eating White Castles. So if they want to be my sponsor, right, baby? Do we want them as sponsors?
Sure, we could go for that.
White Castles and Coca-Cola, 69 years. I don't know how much more devotion you need out of me, but there it is. I'll gladly eat your hamburgers and you drink Coke on the show. But they say, a lot of times they say, you have no perseverance. And I say, perseverance means stick-to-itiveness, right? And they say, yeah. I said, yes, I do, because I drink Coca-Cola and eat White Castles for 69 years. That's perseverance.
That is. Anne says, history was written with one perception in mind. The truth is there with several, and only one was told. Yep, it is. There's a lot of history that, there's history that's taught, but there's more to what they're teaching.
I like what Kathy says.
Okay, we have lost the love and respect. I pray every night for the world to love and respect one another.
Amen. That's just like loving each other, like I always say. Love everyone you can on this earth while you're here. Yeah. Sometimes, folks, this show just goes like this out down the road, and all of a sudden, to the right or to the left. But the whole thing is I want to go further. This is why I ask for these big companies to get behind us, make us bigger. Let us say what we want to say and help people. That's a whole true story. The whole concept of this show is, number one, to love each other, to pray for each other, but most of all, to help each other. We're in this world right now, and it's scary, man. It's, I see things. I have the third eye, and I see things way before they come. And it really scares me. And I go to tell Faye, and I just, I go, should I tell? No, I better not. And it's something that, if you guys saw what I saw.
I want to put up what Dawn says, that we're talking about the history that we get. And she says, the winners always write the history. Haven't I always said that, honey? Yep. I'd rather the victim's perspective, like Maui. I listen to the victim's videos, not the celeb media reports. Yeah, I mean, that's
well,
right.
Here, let me give you a prime example. Now that you bring that up, and I understand this. When I say this, it's not because I'm trying to be Mr. Badass, this and that. No. When my friend called me and asked me, they said, my wife and I were thinking about moving back to Hawaii. What do you see? And I told him what I saw. I said, I saw fire on both sides of the street. I said, I see like lava coming down the street, a big ball of fire. And I can hear people screaming. And if I would have took that conversation and said it again on the air, on big air, I think a lot of people would have listened to what I had to say, because you all know that you have been with me for over 5 years now. You all know that I make predictions on the show, and they happen. I don't want them to happen, but they happen. And I always tell everybody, I don't know when or where. I only know that it will. Now, Richard Dearden teamed up with me, and me and Richard compare notes. And a lot of times we're right. I don't want to be right all the time, but people need to know what I have to say on a larger scale. And I'm not trying to say, oh, make me the number one prophet or whatever. No, I'm not Nostradamus, number one. I'm me. When I get things, I get things. When I hear I am the voice of God, that's real to me. When they said 7 trumpets will sound, I don't know what that meant, but you people told me on the show. It's just thing after thing after thing. And this is why I say, if you want to, you people out there who have big companies, if you want to invest in something that's true and that's real and it's worth investing, then damn it, invest in this show. Okay? We don't need to be making millions of dollars coming in for pay ourselves. No. This is gospel truth. I'm going to let you guys in on something. They said, how much do you make? And I said, well, not really that much because the phone barely rings. And that's true. We don't live off thousands of dollars for the week. We don't write ourselves a check. No. The money keeps going into the company. Whatever little bit of money that we make goes right back into the company. And I'm not saying that because I'm crying or whatever. No. I'm saying that because I'm trying to get the attention of companies that are big, that can back us up. Number one being Coca-Cola, number two being White Castles, or vice versa.
Don says, how come those houses with blue on them didn't burn? Lots of celebs painted their houses blue in Maui, and they weren't. Know. I don't know.
I don't know. That I can't tell
Must have been some sort of fire retardant, but I mean.
Right now, honey, if I could pull a card for the week, everything, I would say something. Now, I also mentioned this. If you remember, I said there's going to be a earthquake, and Richard said it too, and I said along with the volcano erupting. There you go. It's how many things do I have to say till I finally get notoriety? You know, I know you. I love you guys like crazy, man. And I said if I could, I'd go meet all of you and give you a big old group hug or hug you individually. But we need to go bigger. We have to go bigger because more things are happening every day. And I see more stuff. I just don't say it because I don't want to freak you guys out, you know? And if they want to take me off the air, I guess that's their prerogative because they own all the stuff. But I'll tell you what, if you do that, you're making a big mistake because I see a lot differently than a lot of people. And I've always said this to Paul. I love Paul to pieces. I really do. Paul sees his way. You know, he sees things that he sees. And I see things too. And we are both two different people with two different visions. But I always said too, if and when we get out there and make it like I want to make it, I would say you'll have to take Paul too. And that's the truth.
Well, I think you guys more or likely complete each other, to tell you the truth, in what you see.
Bookends.
Right. I think there's some wisdom that comes from both of your perceptions of not perceptions, but what you're getting. It's crazy, but it's more of a completeness. And that's why we're hoping to have a show together with Paul and to make it really a powerful show.
Another thing I wanted to mention too, with all these hurricanes that are going through and everything, if you remember correctly, folks, I said, how safe is the ground that you walk on? And look what's happening. I saw a lot of sinkholes, and a lot of them were in Florida too. So the whole thing is, as we do these shows, and God willing to let us continue on, there's things that pop up that I get almost night after night, and I want to discuss them, but they're so intense and so deep that I'm afraid of scaring you guys. But if I could have put, like I said, if I could have broadcast what I saw in Hawaii, I think that would have helped a lot of people. I really do.
Well, the situation is, though, don't you think, that people are not prepared or willing to accept
Well,
information
right, I
from a
understand what you
psychic
said.
medium?
It's
Mhm.
like Christopher says about preparing, Boy Scout thing, prepare, be prepared. How can you prepare yourself to uh, your destiny, per se? You know, your destiny is what they call fin, Fin, like finished, you're done. So how can you prepare for that? But I think it's going back to that alarm that they didn't sound, the tornado alarm or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
Had
in
they done
Maui.
that, then a lot of people would have been saved. Had I been able to broadcast what I said, what I seen, maybe a lot of people would have listened and say, maybe that guy's right. We better take a chance and split. But no, it's just I can reach out forever, I guess, until I'm gone. But I really thank a lot of you folks that are here week after week, show after show, because you know that a lot of stuff that I get, sometimes it's crazy. It really is. It's crazy to me. But then it comes out, it's real. And that's what scares me. You go ahead, honey.
Well, it scares you, and it scares me, but we put it all in perspective, and we just have to carry on. I mean, this is how I just have to deal. I mean, like I told you before, there's nothing I can do about the circumstances of what might happen, really. I mean, I know about it, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to live every single day the best I know how, and to love as many people as I can, and to help as many people as I can, and to, be as fulfilled as I can. That's all I can do. That's all we all can do.
Look what
And
Leona says.
okay, so Leona's asking, I'd love to see what you feel around me with everything going on.
Here's the thing, folks, and I've said this on previous shows. I said, regardless of what happens, I have to take the bad and the good, or vice versa. And there's times when people come on, what do you see from me? What do you see from me? Anything from me? And I tell them right straight out, okay, if I see death or if I see blood and guts and everything, you want to know? And some of them, yes, I'm brave. And then you tell them, oh, no, don't tell me that. Well, come on.
Okay, so that might be a little, so that is the point, meaning it might be a little too broad. It's just, we
Karen
have to keep,
Nokovity, please put a picture of yourself, not a flower, okay? I don't need
we
a
want to
flower.
just keep it specific. I mean, I don't want to know actually what's going on with me all the time myself. Do I, dear?
No. A lot of times I'd sit there and I say, oh, I'm getting a message. And she goes, I don't want to know. But here's the deal. This is exactly what it is. All we can do is pray.
Yep. I mean, so these things you see, there's a lot that come out. But But some don't come out? Do some not come out? I mean, like,
When some when I get something that's the first thing they show me is like if I see a catastrophe going to happen and it's blood, I start seeing like the walls bleeding, and I don't want to see that. I tell them no, stop, and
mm-hmm,
mentally I'm telling them stop this. I don't want
mm-hmm.
to see it right now.
It's just too
Can't
much,
deal
even
with
for
it.
you. Okay.
Yep.
So, I mean, you put a limit on it yourself, right?
Hmm.
Okay. Cognitive dissonance is a real thing. If it's not your destiny to wake up, you literally cannot take in the information. I'm sure that they just hear gibberish when I talk. They just call me crazy.
What do you think they called me? When I was doing my radio show, like I said, I would do my radio show on Sundays, and then I'd have to go play somewhere after that. You wouldn't believe the mockery I heard. I walk in the building and everybody's laughing at me, and I could hear. Here's what I heard in Spanish: "Estás loco, no hombre, estás chisqueado." That means, you're crazy, you're nuts, you're off your rocker.
That's their defense. That's really their defense. It's really too much
Right.
to bear. I mean, really, it is a little too tough to bear at times for me too, because I have a finite brain a little bit, I think, and I'm working on expanding it. And I'm open to new ideas and open to learning more things. I'm just, where I'm at, I'm where I'm at.
All I can say is, it's like you said, honey. We just keep going till we can't.
Yeah.
If they cut, even if they cut off this show because of the fact that this show is about truth too. If they cut us off, then they cut us off. I'm still going to have the office. We still
Yep.
got the same phone numbers, which my wife can put up right now.
Okay.
But the whole thing is, everybody, you come on these shows because you know this show, number one, is about the truth. You know I don't lie to you. And when I say I heard this or when I seen that coming and whatever, it comes. I don't want it to come. Trust me, I really don't. When I see flooding, when I see hurricanes, tornadoes, fires, you name it, I don't want to see that stuff, but it's there for me to look at. I have to see it and I have to forewarn. Yeah, somewhere. The whole thing is, I'm just hoping and praying that we get picked up and go bigger, you know? Not that this isn't suffice for me, but I would love to be a lot bigger so I can spread out what I see. And I don't just come on to say words and say, oh, I saw this, I saw that. No. And yes, Dawn, she's right about this, honey. Look at you can answer this.
But no, this?
No, what I just put up.
I don't know. I don't know what you had.
Does it affect me or doesn't it?
Oh.
Stop messing with the thing. I'm doing it.
Oh, I was trying to help you.
Now, does it affect me or doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, of course it affects you. Your mood really swings when it affects, when you get information. I mean, today you had a weird dream. It could come in a dream. It can come in a vision. It's nonstop. It can come at dinner, which I have asked them to stay away.
Yeah.
Are they listening to me?
Too many people do not want to hear the truth. The lies are easier for them to believe. But I don't lie. That is the one thing my wife will tell you. I do not lie because number one, there's no reason for me to lie. Number two, I don't want to get caught in a lie.
Right. I mean, it's all raw detail. It's all raw stuff. Oh, yeah. I hear that. I hear you, Kathy. Yep.
Wow, we got less than 5 minutes. Holy moly, this one went by fast.
It did. I hope that you folks will share the show tonight. I hope you will, share it with your friends and family. Some of it is a little difficult to take, but we just have to keep on telling what we see and then dealing with it. And just makes me want to learn more, actually.
Let's put it this way. If you want your friends, your family, and your friends and your groups to know what's really happening and to know what's coming, then share the shows. It's that simple. Because you all know that I see things way before they come. Prime example, both Richard and I saw earthquake. Okay, it happened. I saw a volcano erupting. 2 days later, it happened. I mean, come on, or 2 days ago. The thing about Hawaii, I saw that a week before it happened. And it happened. I don't like to think about it because I keep hearing the screams and all that. But nonetheless, it happened. It's like I don't have no reason to lie about it. It's coming. Things are coming. They come.
Can you believe what time it is, dear?
Yeah, I can't really. I wish I could go on, but this is what I'm saying. If we were bigger, we probably would. I don't know. But anyway, I want to thank y'all for sticking around. I want to thank you for the likes and the shares. Please, please share the show, folks. Tell your family about it. Thank you. Christopher, thank you very much for what he just said. Look at.
I would love to work with Paul and yourself, Roger. I'm just not prepared enough right now.
And you know yourself, Christopher, when it happens, it's going to be big. Because I'm not saying that this, well, I'm just going to put it out there the way it is. You know yourself, you've watched this on shows. And both Paul and I are not, I would call us heavyweights because we know what we're talking about. Okay? So when you're ready to take on that task, let us know.
Yep.
So, other than that, I want to tell everybody, please pray for the world right now. Please pray for everybody, because right now everybody needs it.
Well, I think Leona needs some prayers too. We wrap our arms around you, Leona, and give you some hugs.
Jojo Walsh, we're leaving right now, dear.
Yeah.
So please share the show with your family, your friends. They need to hear what we talk about, okay? Because we don't talk just gibberish. We talk the real talk per se. And as that one guy says, this is how we roll. No, that's so stupid. Anyway, this is what we do, okay? Our show is about, like I said, love, praying for each other, but most of all, helping each other. Because this world is really rough right now. So, as we say every show, love everyone you can on this earth right now. Why, Lisa? Why, honey? Because
love is life.
And
life is love.
God bless you all, and thank you for letting me come into your homes and into your hearts. Take care, everybody. Paul's on tomorrow. Remember that. He's on tomorrow at what, 1:30?
1:30, our time, Central Time.
So see Paul tomorrow. He said he was going to try to put both shows together in some way, but we'll see what happens.
We don't know.
If not, we'll see you Saturday at 10:30. Okay? I got to play Saturday night, but I'm going to do 10:30 to 12 doing our show. Then after that, I got to go play. Whew. So, take care of yourself, everybody. God bless you. Good night. You want to say good night, honey?
I do. Good night, everybody. I'm so glad you joined us tonight. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you tomorrow night, Thursday, and Saturday morning. Love you all.
Adios.